What is up, folks, and welcome back to Vintage Story. In today's video, we head deep out into the woods to test our building skills to see if we can make the coziest log cabin in Vintage Story. As someone who's built his fair share of cozy houses in that other block game, do you think I can do the same in Vintage Story? Well, stick around and let's find out together. Okay. Let's get the ball rolling. Anyone who's been watching my channel for even a fairly long time would know a log cabin was inevitable. It was going to happen at some point. We always build the cozy log cabins. Before we actually get this build started, as you can see here, as per usual, I have staged out the blocks, some of the blocks we will be using in today's video. And, this is, any normal tutorial would probably just, whip some blocks out of the creative inventory and get rolling. But yeah, you're watching Corbo, and this is Vintage Story. So that being said, I had to make an entirely custom slew of blocks just to make this thing work. And honestly, though, for good reason. Because Vintage Story is pretty good. It's pretty fantastic. They give you these, like, log cabin-y, coated blocks here. Like, look at these things. This is log cabin coated. This is cozy and coated right here. You got the cross logs on each side here. They even have a little 3D going on. This is base game. But there's a big problem with this. If you want to do this block on both sides, it looks like you could almost like trim this off of here, but I don't believe you can. I mean, I can't chisel this block, and that's even with the chisel mod going. That or I'm doing it wrong. I could very well be doing it wrong. But the big issue is these blocks are exactly the same, no matter where you put them. So if this is one side of the build, and this is the other side of the build, you can't rotate this or anything. If I want to rotate it, I have to rotate it like this. And then now it's weird because it's like not symmetrical. Now, I mean, you could do that and it would probably be fine, but not in this video. So I started experimenting around with like log type blocks, and I was like, okay, well, we can use the normal one. So you got these guys here, the oak debarked quarter logs. This is the non-stagger type, and you can run with those. And then what we did is I created these custom little cap blocks that you can basically put wherever you want. You can take this here, you can, you can rotate this if you want, or you can do this rotate. You can go anywhere you want with it. It's pretty awesome. So you can take these and you can put them anywhere. I also tried to work with these a little bit. I don't know exactly what I was trying to do with this. This is a mess. Ignore this. I also got some custom windows here. I wanted to keep it fairly simple because it is a log cabin. We're not building some sort of crazy, rich neighborhood home. We got some standard wood frame windows, and I went a little darker. Quiet. And I went a little darker with the glass here. I thought this would look, some tinted, dirty, brownish glass, I think would either add to the coziness or would add to the cabin-y feel. So we're going to roll with this. As per usual, too, I got these custom stone blocks here with the dirt base on them. This is the OG block over here, and then this is the chiseled one, if you couldn't tell. And then over here, we have some custom railing blocks because, I couldn't just use normal railings and fences in this game. That would be too boring. So we've made some custom railings here. I don't know why these are too wide here. We're going to have to fix that. But we got this kind of round log kind of look, and then we got some custom beams here. I could have just used normal beams still, but, remember who you're watching. Then we have some, like, under porch lath down here. Looks pretty good. I got a couple versions of that. There's one with cobblestone built into it, and then there's one that is just like its own standing block here. And then there's a lower half that is just lath on its own. That's it. And then traditional beams, we'll use those a little bit there. And then here we have the orange ceramic shingle block chiseled up to be, more roof accommodated. So we got those going. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're kind of just going to roll with that. Okay, so let's get started on the actual build here. Do you guys remember in the last episode when I mentioned how we don't really have a plan and we're just kind of winging it for the first time? Well, let's just say I'm a very consistent person. I don't actually have a shape for this thing in mind, but we're gonna figure it out as we go here. The idea is I want to have like a two two different like layers of this structure. So we're going to have like a taller foundation backside, and then we're going to have like a lower foundation area that sticks out here. So it's going to be sort of like a split level in a way. Okay, I think this shape was kind of what I was going for here. All right, we're going to bring this out just a little bit more. And this is going to have two different porch levels as well. There's going to be an upper deck area over here, and then there's going to be like a lower deck that steps off onto the grass on this side. But they're going to also sort of connect, so we got to figure that part out too. I think we're going to do some maple for the flooring here, because I think this would actually look pretty good. Once again, disclaimer, this is not a tutorial. This is a journey, an adventure we're going on together. Because I have no idea how this is going to look when it's done. All I know is it's probably going to look cozy, and we're going to try our very best. Because that's all we can do, right? We could try our very best, and nobody can fault us for that. If I told you that this is going to be a perfect build at the end of the day, there's probably a lawsuit waiting for me. I think like one of these sides here, like we have it like step up. Like if we do like a maple like stair, we'll do like this here. Yeah, and then we'll have like a two layer there. Like we normally do for these like types of build videos as well, is I start with actual like normal blocks, and then we go back in and we do the chisel stuff, because it's just easier that way. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to move this over a little bit. Let me grab those maple stairs again here. We're going to move this over here, and then we're going to have this wall come up like this. Yeah, and then we'll do like that. Because what I think I'm going to do is we're going to do like a fireplace right here, and this chimney is going to be like built into this corner of the house. I think that would actually look kind of cool. This originally was going to be a much larger structure, but I decided that too large is not good for video, so we go cozy instead. Do we want to do like a pretty like tall like front area here? Like I don't even know what we're going to do for like a door yet. Do like maybe two windows, and then we'll come around here and we'll do like a big window. This looks really boring so far, but I trust me, you guys gotta trust the process. See, like I mentioned, we can do this block here, and we could do like a porch setup if it comes out like this. Do we have like a lower porch over here? I guess we could. I don't see why not. Actually, we'll just have this deck, like, maybe pitter off right here. Oh, you can't do corner stairs in this game. I forgot. Okay, we'll come back to that. Here is going to be where our, like, big porch is going to be. So what we would like is this. And then we're going to rotate it. And we're going to have this come around here. And then do we do like a post in the corner? I mean, I think we have like, what is this? This is debarked. See, this is different though than like your normal debarked oak. Like debarked oak looks like this. And if you put this down, it's not exactly the same block. Actually, it does kind of match though, so maybe we will roll with that. For this one, I'm not going to do the cobblestone one though. We're going to switch these around. And then, I mean, we're probably going to have a staircase that goes up right there. And then we'll have the lathy block. Ba-ba-bing. Like so. Okay, like at the ends there, maybe? We do like the debarked oak? I don't know. Or do we do... Are we actually fumbling here? We do like some cobblestone pillars going up. This is, by the way, this is the white marble dry stone, if anyone was wondering. Yeah, and then we'll do that in the corner. Oh, that actually looks a little nicer. Okay, we'll do that instead. And then if we want to put these here, ooh, okay, and then we rotate them this way. I already know that like every comment on this video is going to be like, why don't you have the chisel mod installed? It's potential that you're not unlocking by having it uninstalled. But may I not remind, because I don't know if I've actually ever said it, but may I let you know, the mod is installed. I just genuinely have not gotten to learn how to use it yet. So that might be its own video coming up, is learning how to use the chisel mod. Okay, and then maybe in the back here, we'll have a... Do we do like a big glass section. Like that, I feel like this would be normally where you'd have like a big sliding glass door or something to like the porch. But I don't know if we're doing that here or not. So one of these sections is going to have like a little bit pointier of a roof. So it's probably going to be this section here. All I simply ask is that you trust the process, because it's going to look good when it's done, I promise. Okay, this is probably like a living quarters here, and then maybe like the kitchen in this corner, like a countertop with like a double sink looking out that back window. This entry area is going to be where maybe the stairs go up and they go into like the loft area. I don't know. I'm going to have to plan that part out. What door would look good for this? I don't even know. What door would look good? We could do the oak door. We got a sleek door, very aged. I mean, I feel like a solid pine door would look best. But I don't know if that color matches, though. I know we're going to have to chisel out... Oh, uh-oh. Going to have to chisel out our doorway here. Do like something like this, and then maybe like an arch. I know we did the archway the last time, so I feel like that's pretty okay. All right, let's add our caps now. So we have these little caps here. Oh, it copied with the beam. Oh, that's weird how that works. It's okay. We get rid of the beams. Okay, where do we want this to start here? Do we want to do this on the lower half? I know we need to, I think, rotate it and then do that. Yep. And then we'll do this all the way up. I think that looks okay. Oh, I forgot. This doesn't technically make sense. We need these to be staggered. There we go. Now we stagger a little bit, and then it's good. We're happy. Okay, that's not too bad. For this top deck here, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of my little corner railing pieces, and we're going to put those there. We're going to rotate them, and then we're going to do the same thing over here. And then what we'll do is we'll take that corner, bing, and we kind of have like that going on. That may be okay. I do also have a normal end piece here that we can use. I think this all lines up, right? We're getting confused already. No, we're good. We're happy. We are definitely going to have to put some kind of barbecue grill out here. We have been missing a good barbecue grill. And for this covered front porch, we're going to take these little doodads here. I'm going to switch those around. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to switch those around. And then do we go like up with these? I feel like we almost could bring it back one. Like maybe we recess this in. I don't know. They're not centered, so you're limited on your options here. I think we'll leave that how it is. I think that actually works. And then what we'll do is we'll rotate them. We'll do that. And then this will be the covered part of the porch. These will both be entry areas, and everyone's happy. I forgot to make a slopey part of this orange ceramic tile, but I think technically slopey part already exists. It's like already a block in the game. I mean, it's technically this. I don't know if this actually works the way I would want it to, though. That's actually not terrible. But we would need to do this again, but up. Can you chisel this? Of course you can't. Well, when all else fails, you just make your own, right? See, we just start with some slabs, and then what we do is we come in here, and we make it even smaller. And we just keep chiseling it until it's a gradual slope. Okay, that looks a little bit nicer there. I'd say it's a little bit more formal. I know what else you guys are going to say. That I need to get the roofing mod. And trust me, I understand. I just haven't gotten it yet. Okay, that actually looks fine. I mean, once we get some beams in there, it'll look a little bit better, but for the moment, it's looking pretty cozy. I forget that we have these 3 tall doors in the game. Is there an oak one? There is. Do I do these like 3 tall doors? Does that make sense? Maybe. Okay, all the windows are placed. I think what we need to do now, though, is we're going to need to build this loft. I'm going to have to figure out how this will look. I feel like we need to raise this up maybe one more. So we'll do this. We'll have this come over. We just need a little bit more height like that. And then we'll bring this also up one. And this will be just a little bit taller overall. Our fireplace is also going to be, I think, right here. So we're going to need to build this up a little bit because I want this fireplace to basically like stick up really tall out of that roof there. And then like it's maybe not that tall. It's a little too tall. But we'll have it kind of stick out there and it's going to slope up to the side. So we might need one more section for it here. And then it's going to be like basically like that. I think that would actually look kind of cool. Now, we'll chisel that to make sense here in a little bit. See, now we can come in here and we can make our floor for the loft area. You know, on second thought, I want this loft to actually look down on the living space down here. So we're just going to leave that like that. And we'll eventually build like some kind of like railing along here and it'll look pretty cool. See, the build's kind of coming together. You just had to trust just a little bit longer. Now let's see if we can sort of get our like roof going here. So if we're going to do the roof, we probably are going to do it like this. Unless we go up one. Is that like too tall though? Because if it comes up like this, then, well, no, I guess we would just do another roof piece that like slopes up into it. Nah, we could do that. Hold on. We'll just bring this across. That probably makes a little more sense. We'll just do that. Yeah, and then it like slopes up into it. Ooh, okay, I like that. That actually works out. See, the last roof we did was a huge pain in the butt. My goal going into this build was very like, I need to make something that like the general viewer could kind of follow along with, because sometimes I just go crazy and I forget that people are actually watching me play this game. Okay, this doesn't look too bad there. I kind of dig it. And then now we need the under piece here. So we'll grab that and we'll come here. Now this isn't going to match this other bit too well, so we might need to make this look like a little thicker, but we'll do what we need to do. Okay, and then I think that looks good. All right, let's just put a block here. Let's chisel this and then chisel that, and that looks fairly slopey. I think that kind of works. And then for here, do we do a window? Does a window make sense? Yeah, I think that makes sense. Okay, now for the tall roof here, which is going to be a challenge in itself. So I do have some of the tall roof blocks right here. How do we want this to look? I guess that kind of makes some sense. That kind of works out. And then we'll come up here, we'll do another one of these, and then we'll have it like a point off at the top, kind of like that. Yeah. And then we'll just need to like fill in some of these gaps down here, which actually should, I think, happen automatically because we have the underside block here. Yeah, and then we have to just put these like, oh, that doesn't really fill in that gap, but that's okay. And then we can easily just fill this in. Easy squeezy. I've decided that this tree needs to come down. It's kind of in the way. We need to dispose of it. So I need this fireplace thing to like stick out here a little bit, but I don't want it to be like right on top of the doorway. So what do? Of course we're going to chisel it down. Like what else would we do? So we're going to do this here, and then I think we're going to go a little slimmer. Basically making like a side slab. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. We're going to cover all this up. But then to make it not look dumb, we can chisel this out and we can have this all come down like this. And then at the base here, we could actually have this kind of ramp up, come down. And yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Okay, we're going to remove this here. I'm going to have this come across. And what we're going to do for this fireplace is basically the same thing. We're going to rotate this around. I'm going to copy that. We're going to bring it all over here. We're going to build this big fireplace section. Calm yourself. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to come back in and we're going to chisel it down. I don't think I want this to be, like, I want this to be gone. So we'll make it kind of thin here, but I want it to be tall. This is not the most ideal way to do this, but honestly, if it works, it works. Okay, so that's like a decent little fireplace there. And then what we can do here is I am going to... Oh, we need to copy... Can we chisel a slab? I don't think we can. What is this? This is the maple. So here's what we're going to do here. We're going to grab the maple. This is going to be fantastic. And we're going to chisel the maple. So to chisel the maple, we're going to take this. Oh, we actually need a normal one of these. We're going to chisel it. We're going to drop this in. Click this. And then we're going to cut this out of the back. And then bring this in. Now we've made a block. And this block is going to go right here. Oh, it's facing the wrong way, though. Do I need to rotate this? Because this is a long way, right? Ah, I needed to rotate it. All right, we're going to do that again. Going to put that in there. And we can even make it a slab if we want to. So we'll just do this. Then we copy it. Aha! Now that matches. See, and what'll be cool is we'll have this little balcony area here that looks down on the fireplace area, and it's gonna be pretty sweet. I'm thinking some beams will probably like cover this up, but what I'd like to do here is potentially make like a large open window. What we might need to do though, I'm gonna grab some glass. And we're gonna make it the orange stained glass because I think that fits better. Now let's just assume we want to fill this in here. Fill all this in, and then I think if you go chiseling it, yeah, it changes it to orange. Is that the color we used for this down here? It is. Okay. And then what we can do is we can, for this bottom half, let's just say we want to add this into this. Because this is Vintage Story, we can do this. So we take this and we chisel it. Oh, yeah, okay. And then what we'll do, actually here, let's do this on the other side as well. And then I'm gonna take this and bring it over. Yeah, see, that's not too bad. And then for like this one, kind of the same deal. We're gonna chisel this. And we're going to bring this out. Okay, and then we do that. And then what we'll do is we'll take beams and we'll actually make this look cooler. Now we should be able to copy this and go up here. And then what we'll do is we will do the same thing on this side, except we're going to rotate it. Or mirror it, I mean. And then once we do that, we'll come down here. We'll do this one. And now we have this, like, cool kind of window. Now, it looks a little goofy right now. Trust me, I'm well aware. But what we can do is we can bring this out. We'll give it a little bit of depth. It's actually really hard to chisel glass that you've made, like, super clear. Because you can't see, like, what you're chiseling until you mischisel. That or it's just a skill issue. It very well could just be a skill issue. And then we're going to grab some oak beams here, wherever the oak beams are. There we go. And then we're going to come right here. And we're going to go across. And then we're also going to click on this corner. And we're going to go right up to probably here. I don't know. I don't know how I like that. Maybe this needs to be a little bit more definition, I think. Because, like, I think what we need to do is have... Yeah, I think this needs to be a little bit more... Okay, that looks a little bit more natural, I think. So if we take the beams now... And let's just say we go to, like, this corner here, and we want to go maybe, like, up to here. Yeah, okay, that looks better. Triangles are, you know, it doesn't matter how cubed your game is, triangles will always look funny. Okay, you know what? That I can That I can deal with. I think this looks okay. All things considered. And then if we have it go up through the middle. And maybe we'll just do that. We'll just leave it as like an open area there. That should be fine. And then we'll do some more beams. Yep, we'll have this all kind of connect together here. We'll do one around the doorway. Okay, that looks a little better there. We got a couple beams going. Ooh, do we do beams across like here, like this? Like if we, or hold on, what if we went like up to the roof? Oh, this might be a little too much. Like if we did that, does that look goofy? Oh, that so looks goofy. Okay, before we get too carried away with beams, I definitely want to get this roof done here. And I think I also want to try to get this chimney done. So let's see if we can carry these blocks over here. Okay, so the old noggin started turning for this side of the roof here. So what if, if we take this, we're going to have to rotate this around. Ba-bing, ba-bam. And what if we built this roof out on this side, but instead of doing all just the tiles here, what if we did some kind of like skylight? Like changed some of these blocks for like some glass and had some natural light. I see you right there. Oh, I see you. You're loud. I think the skylight idea is a grand idea, but let's at least get the main roof going here just so we have something to work off of. You know how people say, in my professional opinion? If I ever verbally say, in my professional opinion, call the police. Well, that roof comes down a little further on this side here, so I feel like we should probably, like, match it up. So if we did... Oh, yeah. Okay, so this just comes like this. Oh, but we're going to block our windows. I feel like we could figure that out, though. We'll come back to this. Like, if we chiseled this out a little bit and then just kind of left some cones there, and then we have this come up and over like so. Give it some little overhangs. I feel like that would actually look kind of nice. Yeah, that actually kind of works. Let's do that. And then for these skylights, let's see. Like, what if we wanted to come like... Or actually, I guess this is our center point right here. So we'll go up like this, and then do we have a center point here? Not really, but we can go this way, and then this way, and then we do that. We open all this up. Yeah, I think we do a big old skylight. Now, do we make the skylight out of the orange glass? Probably. I think it'll match everything else. Okay, so we have our two blocks here. So if we just stagger these like this, well, not like that, like this. There we go. And we have like a skylight going on here. How does this look from the inside? It's very orange. It's like a tinted glass though. So you know what? I'll take it. I think it works. If you've made it this far, you've probably realized that this is not a tutorial and that you're just watching a guy figure it out for himself. Okay, well, it's time for beams. Ooh, I actually do like the way that looks. That actually looks decent. Oh yeah, very cozy. So for the side here, this is going to be a little bit more interesting because we kind of have to like organically morph this here. So if we do this and then we kind of go like up, we go like up to here. I guess that kind of works. But then like, what if we took the same corner and we went right here? And then did like the same thing. Oh, you know, that kind of works. That would be okay. It's kind of an oddball looking shape, but you know, I actually kind of like it. It looks unique. Everybody pause. Look at the shape of this window I just made. It actually looks pretty good. Do we get kind of like fun with our shapes on the side here? Maybe we'll go down to this corner here and we'll go like up to here. Down to this corner and like up to here. And then we'll come down. Yeah, kind of like that. Obviously, we need to fill this in. And then, Oh, how do we do this? Oh, can we go? Oh, okay. We totally did that in the last episode, but I just love these little curvy shapes with the beams you can make. All right, for our big skylight windows here, we need to add our beams. So let's go maybe up to that, and then start from this corner. Oh, I missed. I have to redo it. Hold up. Yeah, okay, that looks good. I'm pretty sure I had a Lego set as a kid where I made a house that had like almost the exact same skylights like this. And I can't remember off the top of my head on what like the set was called. I just remember it was pretty cool. And I'm totally going to try to find it to like put it in the video. All right, these are kind of a tough one here because like how do I do like a... Can I come like up like this? And then do like our little archway. I guess that kind of works. Let's just do that then. These are definitely not the same shape, but I'm just gonna ignore it. All right, well, we've reached the point where we need to tackle this chimney here. But before we do, I guess we should probably try to integrate our kind of like chisel-y blocks here. And you guys are the same block. All right, let me grab a different one. Those are also the same block. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're also gonna come in here. We're going to chisel. Oh, not that. And then we're also going to trim this down. Okay, this isn't too bad. And then if we do just 2 on the top here, what if we chisel all this out? Hold on, there is like a chimney block, I think, isn't there? There's some kind of chimney block. Oh, there is, but they don't make them in this type, though. Not in this color, so we got to make our own. Actually, if we did an aged bloomery chimney, that may actually fit. It's not bad. It's not great. Hold on. Maybe if I just bring this out a little bit and then, okay. And we did that. That's not too bad. We can roll with that. That's fine. Okay. I know I made some custom stairs out here for the inside of this building, but I think because I made them the wrong color as the floor, I'm just gonna have to stick with some traditional generic stairs here. But we're gonna put some stairs, I think, like right here, and then have them like turn and go up. I think this would look fairly normal. And then we have like this like that. Have the stairs kind of like come around this way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to grab our railing block. What is this supposed to look like up here? Oh, that's that. All right, we'll leave that alone. I'm just going to do this and then I'm going to chisel this out. And that's fairly okay. Because I feel like it's too thick of like a staircase for a build like this. We're actually going to go thinner on the staircase here. It's a log cabin, not a mansion. And then as I was gonna do, we're gonna grab these railing blocks here. We're gonna come back in and we're gonna have these come across and then end right there. Yep, there you go. Not too bad. And then right here, oh, this will be perfect. Oh, it does hit the glass though. That's fine. I'm not too worried about it. Obviously, we're going to have to add a little bit of light here, so maybe some, like, hanging lanterns of some sort. We'll do, I guess just some normal hanging lanterns here. Can we hang lanterns from anything in here? Probably not. Oh, we could do that. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so we'll just do that, and we got a little bit of light in here. That's good. And then here, we'll do like one like above the stairs and in this room. And here, maybe like one in this corner. And then obviously out here, we have to have, yep, we'll have a couple hanging lanterns from here. Have that chiseled down. I think that looks a little nicer. Can we do the same thing here? Oh, of course we can. Ooh, that adds a lot of character. I like that. I actually kind of want to do that on these corners too. We'll do that block, add that. Oh, that looks so nice. That looks so good. I told you all just had to trust the process. And then here, let's get that stone block in there. All right, this is looking pretty good. It's actually looking like a log cabin now. We'll get a little bit of pathway down here, make it look a bit nicer. Okay, I had to clear out my staging section here to make a little bit of room for the pathways. But what we could do is we can grab a little bit of like the firewood I think we have some firewood here. Yep, we'll grab some firewood, and then we can... Oh, I guess I gotta get stacks of firewood. It doesn't let me just stack it infinitely. And then now we can put together a good stack of firewood here on the side. For this center area, I was thinking what we could do is we could make a nice little like fire pit section. Now this might be a better thing to make for the, let's see, do we have a clutter block for something like that? I guess maybe it's in terrain. Oh, not in clutter. Terrain. Can we just get like some stones? Oh, I know they just have like, is it rubble that we need? Ah, we needed rubble. That's right. I'm not sure I like the way that looks. I know there's better blocks for this. All right, we'll do like a little bit of this, and then we got to get a little bit of dry grass, grab some firewood, like a little campfire there. That should be pretty good. And then what do we do for like little seats? I guess do we make some little logs? Oh, we could totally do that. So we grab these guys here, and then we like run them this way, like that. And then what we'll do is we'll chisel them. Oh, we'll chisel them down to look like this. I guess that's fine. Let's just do that. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll just chisel it down to be like that. Like you're just sitting on a log. Yeah, and like that should be fine. And then what we'll do is we'll put like these over here. And then we can take a little bit of grass. You know, because it's not supposed to be like super duper clean or anything. And we'll kind of fill all this in here. Make it look a little nicer. And then I'm thinking some bushes. Maybe some like, I don't know. How's this going to look? Yeah, that's okay. We'll do that. We'll get some heavy shrubbery. Do a couple of these back here. And honestly, I feel like we are pretty much done. I actually really like the way this turned out. I was losing a little bit of confidence earlier in the build, but I think we actually came out on top. Now, here's the thing with, I know some people are going to ask for an interior on this build. And let me tell you, I'm going to leave that top comment like I did in the last video. At the top of the, that top comment is going to say, if you want me to do an interior, you just got to let me know below that comment. You can like the comment, or you can just leave an actual message below it. If it gets enough traction, obviously I'll swing back in and we'll do that interior. But until next time, if you guys did enjoy, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, do all of those wonderful things. And I will see you guys in the next one.